Thank you for having me. Thank you for the preparation. And there's so many friends here. What can I say? Aloha mai kako. And thank you for my family from the Big Island, some of whom are houseless. Yeah, but that's how it goes. My name's Mike Town. I'm going to walk you real quickly for 8 or 10 minutes. In 1943, my dad decided that I needed to learn to swim because it was during the war and we couldn't go in the ocean. It was in San Diego, so he hired a friend named Gunderson who taught me how to swim in San Diego Bay. Changed my life. And then it's been all uphill or downhill since then. Swimming is, how many of you remember the first time in the ocean? Raise your hands. Yeah, it's a magic place. It's a thin place in life, the Irish say. It's when God's real close to you. From there, I learned how to surf. I surfed on a wooden board with redwood strips. We had to drag feet behind it. It was like being in a drone. I felt like I was liberated. From there, we surfed all over Mexico. I eventually met my wife in Mexico who's here today, and that's a good thing. But I went off to college, and I met a guy named Chubby Mitchell. Anybody ever know Chubby Mitchell? Beach boy from Santa Cruz, and he just filled my heart with love for the surf. From there, I went into the Peace Corps, and I got to go down the Amazon. How many of you have been down the Amazon? Anybody? That is, you have, good. It's crazy. Pink dolphin and anacondas and God knows what else. People blow guns. But I came back there really kind of transformed, and I went to law school. Now, law school, I'm not going to ask who went to law school. Don't go to law school. But when my wife and I were at the Yale Law School, I found a little tiny postcard on the wall that says, "You want to go to work in Hawaii?" And I've been surfing in Hawaii. I dropped out of college, dropped out of Stanford, much to my parents' chagrin, to surf. I thought that was a promotion. They didn't. And I got to surf some pretty good waves all over Hawaii. So anyway, as a long story short, I began to work on Maui, and we had a house in Kula. And my family would wake up in the morning and say, "Why are they blowing up this island? What's the island's name?" Kaho'olawe, right? Can I get a chair up here? I picked up this sciatica, which I don't like. Don't do sciatica. Right behind me, Marcel? Right behind you. Get me seated, buddy. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Anyway. And I was with the Legal Aid Society, and these guys came in who I knew well, you know, from Molokai and the Protect Kaho'olawe, and they said, "Well, there's nobody else in the state will take this case, and you need to get Kaho'olawe back." And a fellow named Joel August and myself decided to go after it hard, and we learned all about Kaho'olawe. How many of you have been to Kaho'olawe? It's a game changer, and I learned that it's not we know it. It's not a rock. It's not this target island. It's got 3,000 multi-historic sites. It's got endangered species, the black rump petrel. It's got petroglyphs. It's got the community began to talk to us, and they said they would even strafe whales. A'ole, shame on them for that, you know. And we begin to learn about that beautiful island that's got so much going on, and we begin to litigate it and through the community and do it gently. It wasn't, it was hardball, but it wasn't hardball. And the petroglyphs were there, the basalt impounded dikes that the Navy would want to blow up, and they put 50,000 goats on the island. Goats are they're okay, but 50,000 goats will not help with erosion, you know, and they have the captain's chair. So anyway, do I need to turn this down? No. Get that out of the way. So this went on for quite a while, and it was a litigation, and I just want to tell you that dealing with an island, it's not unlike dealing with a canoe. That might be ready to huli or got to repair it. And one of my kumu, the lady, she said, you know, he moka hiva heva he moku. The island is a canoe, and the canoe is an island. So you treat them both kind of the same. And that particular island was like a fragile canoe that needed to be righted and dealt with. And if you've been there, it's now being dealt with. It may take a couple lifetimes, but it's been cleared, and I think that it's been prayed over, and people have tried to understand it, and we're still learning more and more and more. It's been there since like year 400, people dealing with it, and people know way more than me, and I'm just an amateur. I don't see myself as a waterman, more of an amphibian. Because, you can paddle all the Molokai channels you want and do all this stuff, but to bring an island back is really it's a thin place in life. It's really a special place. And when we finally got into federal court, Judge Sam King and Judge Dick Yin Wong said, "You're going to get it back," and we got it back. And now the hard part's bringing it back. I really encourage you to go. The bigger thing, I'm going to extrapolate a little bit. We all have canoes in our life that need to be bailed out and cleaned up. And we have islands in our life that need to be cleaned up. And I think that if you say Hemoko, Heva, Heva, Hemoko, you realize that the island is a canoe, and the canoe is an island, and it's sacred work, and it's a thin place in life, and you can make a giant difference. So I guess my encouragement is, go to Kaho'olawe, or find a Kaho'olawe in your life and make it right. And it really comes out in a way that's real special. Okay? Within my time frame, buddy? Thank you.